Good evening, YouTube. This is like a 12-volt trouble light that you keep in your vehicle. It's got a magnetic back here and you can rotate the light part. And the nice thing with this, it's got an attached lighter plug, and then inside here it has a self-coiling wire holder, and there's probably 12 or 13 feet, maybe 4 meters of wire here. So the lens part actually is kind of like a knob. You can rotate that to spool the wire in or out, or you can just pull it out like that, and then you can wind it back in. It's got an incandescent bulb. In fact, on the back they say 12 volt maximum 10 watt bulb, and it's a wedge type bulb. I think they call it a T10. These are still available, but they've got an LED bulb in there. They run around $20, something like that. I'll show you what the incandescent looks like here. Let me turn the light back there so we don't blind the camera. You know, it's an incandescent bulb. You know, there's a kind of a yellow glow to it, and it's pulling 670 milliamps at 12.9 volts, which works out to about 9 watts. And you can get into the bulb real easy if you just turn the handle or the knob on the front so it's in between these bumps. There's 4 little screws you can get to right there, and then this handle part of this pops off, and then you've got a lens, and then paper towel here. Bulb's a little warm. So yeah, like I said, this is a T10 bulb. It's like 10 millimeter wide, I guess. Yeah, about 1.125 inches tall. And this one is pretty tight because this lens, when it fits down in there, there's not a lot of vertical clearance there. So anyway, I went to the M4 Products website, M4 LED, and they had a huge selection of T10 wedge bulbs. I picked one that seemed to have the same size, so you can see it's the same height. They have ones that are much taller, of course. Don't have the room for one of those. Fits right in there. And most importantly, the lens goes back on. And yeah, why don't we plug this in, and I'll just show you what it looks like here. Much brighter. Let's turn off the light here. A lot brighter. It's probably several times brighter than the other bulb. This one, 120 milliamps or 1.5 watts, so it's about 1/6 the power of the incandescent bulb, and it's a whole heck of a lot brighter. There is a bit of a pattern. It's got 4 emitters around the circumference, so you do get a 4-way pattern. You can see there's like color bands. You've got yellow around the outside, and then there's like a bluish tint. So the center is sort of blue and the outside is kind of yellow. I was hoping that would go away with distance, but I played around with this a little bit last night with the lights off, and it just projects that same pattern, just bigger, the farther away you get. So I think this wouldn't be very nice to use for an extended period of time. Weird colors and the uneven light. So let me show you what I came up with here. So what I did is I wanted to come up with some sort of diffuser to go over that bulb. The top is okay because it just shoots straight up, but there's 4 emitters around the sides there. You can probably see, like, there's one on the top there. So let me pull this out. And what I ended up doing, I had a piece of nylon tubing. This was 3/4 inch outside and 5/8 inside nylon tube. And what I did was I cut off a piece of this about the height of the bulb, so I could just drop that down. And then to make it a little more translucent, I chucked this up in my lathe and ran a small boring bar in there to thin out the walls a little bit. So this is probably more like 17 or 18 millimeters inside and then 19 out. The lens still goes on, and then this goes on. And now let me show you what this looks like here. It is a much better light. There's no sign of any color banding in there. It's just a nice beam of light. Just very uniform. And yeah, that really works well. So I think that's a winner there. Let me pull the plug. And yeah, I think that'll do the job. So I give this a thumbs up. Hope you enjoyed that. And as always, thanks for watching.